Welcome to Season 3 of Hines On Air, a new space for voices with something to say where conversations are recorded and remembered, hosted by Matt Hines.
Coming at you from Atlanta, Georgia, welcome to Hines On Air. Hey everybody, Matt Hines. It's Hines On Air again, and it's been a while since we talked politics, so I figured I'd put my hat in the ring and just try to give y'all my 2 cents. Everybody's been talking about it, what's on national news and what's on other podcasters is Marjorie Taylor Greene, because she is right here in Georgia with us. I think she is an exceptional woman. I think she is one of the heroes that we need in this time of change, in this political climate that we have. I think she has stepped up and really led a revolt against a lot of the things that the majority of Americans disagree with. Not just a small fraction of people. This is a large majority of Americans agree with what she's doing and are sort of back her. Trump came in with a lot of hope. I saw Trump as somebody who disagrees with the system, is going to stand up and fight against it and be able to see the inequities and the injustices and things committed by the government against the people. I thought Trump was going to be that guy to stand up. He is not. He has not done it. He has just become another politician that's very loud. I don't agree with a lot of the things he's doing. So now let's Marjorie Taylor Greene. Different people have spun this thing in different ways. I heard Nick Fuentes talking the other day. He thinks Marjorie Taylor Greene stepped out because she can't make Senate and she can't become a governor and she can't run for president. I don't agree with what he was saying there. I've heard other people give their opinions on Marjorie Taylor Greene, why she dropped out, but I'll give my opinion. I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is an honest person that didn't have any agenda. Now, she has hinted in her resignation speech that she'll see us in the future, and she referenced future activities, but I take her at face value, to be honest. She disagreed with Trump on 3 major issues, and that is releasing the Epstein files, and that is the support of Israel in the war on Gaza, and that is overspending. And those are 3 areas that Trump promised to handle the opposite of what he's done. When he was campaigning, he said, yeah, I'll release the Epstein files. And then he said, I'm against war. I don't support war. We need to stop war, which was great. Not many presidents say that, but or commit to that, but Trump did. And then he says he wants to cut spending and all. And then in the big, beautiful bill, he increases it. After he sets up Elon Musk and Doge to cut costs, to find government waste, to do everything which appeared to be great, and I think Elon was doing it, Elon and Trump have their difficulty, their fallout. Elon leaves. They both talk shit about each other. And then soon after that, or during that, which kind of led to the separation, Trump introduces the big, beautiful bill, which increased spending with the Defense Department and did a lot of other things. It was just like, what are you doing, Trump? Like, what the hell have we been working on for several months now? And then you just go increase the spending. So anyway, back to Marjorie Taylor Greene. So that's one of the things she stood for. Now, she supported Trump heavily throughout since 2016 when he first entered the scene. She has been a loyal Trump supporter. Yeah, I mean, she didn't really question anything he was doing. And she was always there for him. And now she disagrees with him, and Trump says she's a traitor. He's going to primary her, which means he's going to fund the candidate that runs against her when she tries to get reelected. All that's bullshit from Trump. Marjorie Taylor Greene has good points. So let's just break down those 3 points that I see are the biggest issues. Epstein supporting Israel against Gaza, and then the overspending. People say Marjorie Taylor Greene is fighting against Trump because of this agenda or because of this. I don't think it's any hidden agenda. Maybe she does want to be president one day. That's cool. I'd vote for her. But the woman's just being honest. She's just standing on her integrity. She says what most people want to say in response to government actions like this. She just says no. Like, there's really no argument on whether Epstein files should be released. You have a sexual predator who's been convicted. We've seen the emails. We know who he's connected with. Why the hell would you protect him? There's a lot of reasons for that. We all kind of know some of the reasons. Donald Trump might be in the file. People who are connected with him might be in the file. Lots of powerful people around the world might be in the Epstein files, and Trump feels he needs to protect them. There are a lot of reasons. But in the end, when you're president and people trust you to do what's right, you got to just step up and take it and do what's right. So I run a law firm, and we have people that are sent to prison for much less than what these people have done on Epstein Island with Jeffrey Epstein, with the sex trafficking and all. They've done much less. So the fact that these people should be protected is a ridiculous statement. It destroys the trust in our government when government's going to protect the powerful and the elite from heinous crimes. We all know it's wrong. It causes us to distrust everybody. And the file should be released. Trump promised transparency with the government, and you have gotten anything but that. It's such a joke that he is still protecting these things. Yes, I know he has recently signed a bill that is going to release them. I don't think they'll be released in their entirety. I think they'll be redacted heavily. I think a lot of the names will still be protected. Hopefully, people like Marjorie Taylor Greene, Thomas Massie, Ro Khanna of the Democrats, that they are still in there fighting. I think they will. I think Thomas Massie is a soldier, and he believes in what he believes, which is correct, and he should keep the fight going. Because we're seeing this correction. Now, I don't think government is going to be pure and holy after Epstein is released, but you see a change, and there is a shift to make the government do what is right, to stop protecting the corporate elite, to stop protecting the big donors, and to hold people accountable. So I think it's a shift in the right direction. I hope we move forward with this. If we see powerful people being escorted to jail in handcuffs, so be it. Let's do it. It's time to start cleaning house. It's been bad for a long time. This is nothing new. It didn't start with Trump. But my disappointment is that he continued it when he could have fought against it. All right, so the war in Gaza, Marjorie Taylor Greene. So Marjorie Taylor Greene is saying release the Epstein files, of course. I hope y'all, if you're paying attention to any of this, you've seen her with many of the victims speaking out against Jeffrey Epstein, speaking out against the government for not disclosing the files that are protecting these people and that are preventing these victims from getting justice. So release the Epstein files. Marjorie Taylor Greene is spot on. She is exactly right. Second thing, the war in Gaza. Supporting Israel, sending them money, sending them weapons. Marjorie Taylor Greene says we should not be supporting Israel. Why are we supporting Israel? It doesn't help America. It actually hurts America's image in the world view when we're seen supporting the slaughtering of innocent people in Gaza. You know, they were doing... This is nothing new. Again, if you've been paying attention to this, you've heard all these stories. But people trying to go to a food bank or get some supplies to help their family, Israeli soldiers just kind of shoot them. They were target practicing on children going to get the food from the food banks. That's just one of thousands of examples. But shooting journalists, it's just like, God. It's horrible. It's the kind of stuff that we look back on that America has been involved in before, whether that be Vietnam, Iraq, or whatever. We've done it before, but I thought we wouldn't do it again. I thought we would have learned. But apparently when the powerful people get in the ear of the president, I don't know if they threaten him. I don't know if they make promises. I don't know if they're just very convincing. But somehow they keep this same charade and this horrible activities going longer than it should have. I thought we would have learned after Vietnam, like maybe war, just going in and attacking is not the right thing to do. No, Gaza is not the same as Vietnam. We're not the ones doing it, but we're supporting it. And it honestly wouldn't happen without our consent. They'd stop. If we told Israel to stop, they would. I think they would. If they didn't, they'd be in big trouble because they heavily depend on us. So, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is spot on this issue. I don't think she's saying this because she has some agenda or she wants to be president one day. Though she's standing on her morals. She's doing what's right. She's fighting the good fight. And then this last one on government spending. Trump gets in, appoints Elon Musk head of DOGE, Department of Government Efficiency. I was loving it. I thought it was great. Whether he was I don't know. There's a lot of people that say he cut some programs that were very necessary. Okay, we could debate that. But on the majority of his actions were good. And the action of going in with a fine-tooth comb and finding where government is wasting money is heavily needed. Everybody has said this. Every president has said we need to do this. Finally, Trump does it, sets it up, and then does the opposite. It's like, what the hell are you thinking, man? So Elon does a good job, I believe. Some people say, well, Elon was there so he could benefit Tesla. No, I don't believe that shit. I think Elon went in with good intentions on trying to help the government cut waste. Was he going to get a benefit or two or a contract or two? Maybe. But he wasn't there just for contracts. The guy's the richest man in the world. He doesn't need all this crap. I think he was there on a good faith basis to root out spending, overspending. And he did. And, he didn't make it to the Department of Defense, which is where most of the spending of America goes and which is where most of the criticism goes of where America spends most of its money on weapons that we don't need, wars we don't want to fight in. Yeah, it's a mess. So Elon had not gotten to that stage in his analysis. I would have loved if he had. I don't know if he ever would have. That's a very powerful enterprise or whatever section of the government. They're powerful. So taking that on and cutting their lifeline of funding and support is no easy task. I don't envy somebody going into that, but it needs to be done. And he was on the way to do that. Trump comes along, introduces his big, beautiful bill, which increases the spending. All the money that Elon had cut, Trump just wipes out and spends even more. It's like, what the hell did we do all this for? Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene spoke against that. She was correct. So I think Marjorie Taylor Greene is a hero. I don't even know if I said this at the beginning of this podcast, but we're talking about Marjorie Taylor Greene because she recently resigned from Congress. January 5th, 2026 is going to be her last day. But she was one of the patriots. She was the rebel that we need. She was the voices that needs to be heard in Congress. And the fact that she's dropping out absolutely breaks my heart. Maybe she'll circle back and contribute in another way. Maybe she'll run for Senate. Maybe she'll run for president, for governor. You've got my support, Miss Greene, and I appreciate what you've done. I appreciate you stepping up and speaking out for actions and truths that we all see and know to be true. I think most people know it. Yes, there's idiots out there that are going to support Israel attacking Gaza. Yes, there are some people that are supporting the president and not disclosing the Epstein files. You just got to wonder about those people. Like, who the hell would try to protect sexual trafficking and criminals? Whether they're rich or not, they need to go down. And then the spinning and all. But Marjorie Taylor Greene stepped up when there was not a lot of people stepping up. And she fought the good fight. She has now resigned, which does, again, breaks my heart. But I hope that we see her again in some other position, in some other fashion, in some other influence in the government, because she was fighting a good fight. I believe she was doing it for the right reasons, because that was her integrity, and she did what she knew she should do, and she had the courage to do it. Most people in Congress, I think, know it's wrong. They don't really. They know the votes that they pass, that the decisions that they make are probably not good for the American public or for the world. But because they're paid through lobbying, or they're going to get some other kickback or some other benefit, they do the selfish thing, which is to vote for the minority or the donors or the lobbying groups. They know it's wrong, but they just don't have the courage to stand up. Marjorie Taylor Greene had that courage to stand up. So I salute you, Miss Greene. I hope we see you in the future, and I thank you for all you've done for our nation and for the world. Keep fighting, and we will see you on the next Hines On Air.